OCQ, the old friends net. This is N4LQ. Steve is the name and Shelby is the QTH. And taking the place of Charlie today because he's occupied on some of their projects. So I'll be your NCS. Old Friends Net is an AM only net. Anybody and everybody that can generate an AM signal is extremely welcome to check in. Even if you don't have much to say, check in and say so. We'd be glad to have you. We meet here on Sundays every Sunday at 4 p.m. and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. on 3715. So those wishing to check in, call now.
Hello there, Mr. Steve, WA4LL.
KZ4 Bravo.
WS to you.
W4KR. WB4NKL.
WA4EVK.
November 4 Alpha Kilo.
WB4NKM.
K4JAL.
KB4PSI.
KF4BY.
Boy, you're working the old man today. All right, here is what I have. Write this down. WA4LLR, KZ4B, WF2U, W4KR, WB4NKL, WA4EVK. Excuse me, I think I got it right. EVK Boone, N4AK, and WB4NKL Cliff. I bet you're on your Thunderbird there. K4JAL and KB4PSI. Tommy, KF4BY. Got you all here. Anybody else want to join? Pretty good crowd, I would say. It's 70 degrees here, and it feels good out in the sun, and I am glad to see the warm weather. I'm running the Ameco TX-86 and the AL82 amp, the horizontal loop antenna, and the D104 mic. And let's start the roundup here with Dave. What you been up to? And we're all interested in what you're running, everybody. If you would report that, it'd be interesting. And any projects, exciting things you've got working on there in the shack, or any personal matters that need attention, let us know. WA4LLR, N4LQ.
All right, Steve, fine business, N4LQ and the net. WA4LLR. Good afternoon to everybody. Good signals all the way around. Let's see, 65 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy here in the eastern jungles of Yancey County. And it's certainly good to hear WB4NKM after a long period of silence. Larry, good to have you from Wise, Virginia. Let's see. Well, wife and I just got back from the Dalton Ham Fest. We went, we went down Friday and went to the Ham Fest on Saturday, came back up to the Sevierville area and spent last night. Went to the Smoky Mountain Knife Works, which is one of my favorite places. And we got back home about 30 minutes ago. So we just got back in. Dalton, I thought, was very good. A great turnout. Large boneyard. And wonderful to see so many of the folks down there that we chat with on a regular basis. Didn't buy hardly anything. Sold a Hammerlin HQ 150, and just had a good time. So that's what it's all about. John, here it comes. KZ4B, WA4LLR.
Fine business, Dave. WA4LLR in the group KZ4B. Well, we're on the usual night T150, and we're driving an AL82 Ameritron amplifier, which in turn is feeding a 80 meter inverted V dipole up about 75 feet at the apex on our crank up tower. So that's the gear rundown, and the weather is gorgeous, and it's been a long time coming. This has just been a royally nasty winter, and so I love it. Cannot stand to be cold. I love to be warm, and hot is okay. So take it away, Mir. WF2U in the group, KZ4B, over.
Yeah, Roger, KZ4B and the rest of the net. This is WF2U. Good afternoon, everybody. Very good signals. The band is quiet. And let's see, Steve, you are 20 over 9. Dave and John so far 10 over 9. This Yaesu FR 101 receiver has a very, very stingy S-meter. So I would interpret it as at least 10 dB higher than what I'm reporting. Actually, I have to go over and set the sensitivity, compare it with another receiver that indicates correctly. And so running that receiver with a FL101 transmitter, it's the receiver is slave to the transmitter VFO, so I don't have to separately tune it, and it's driving a Yaesu FL2100 B linear, putting out a little bit over 300 watts into the 80 meter end fed. It's been warm today, actually. Felt like summer. Even now it's still 74 degrees and partly cloudy, but the humidity is pretty low. It's 36%. So I'll give reports for the rest of the stations after this round. W4KR and the group WF2U.
Okay, Mir. WF2U, W4KR. Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. Glad to hear. Gosh, you got 12 folks here this afternoon, Steve. Good, everybody, all the signals on the call-in, everybody was good and loud, so the band is quiet, so can't ask for much more. Temperature here is about 75, give or take a degree or two. And this afternoon I'm running on the Viking 500 as usual and putting out about 300 watts, and the receiver of the day is the SX101 Mark II. Let's see, what's the big occasion? The big occasion was Dalton. Saw a lot of folks. Putin Dave and his bride. That's the story for another day. That's a lunch story. Saw Cliff, yep. Saw IYQ, and I think that was about it. Went over there Friday, left here about 10 o'clock, takes about 3 hours to get here. I have to go up about 4 miles northwest of here and jump on US 76 and get off in Dalton. And came back yesterday, left about noon, headed back home. Got here a little bit after 3, and there was hardly any traffic at all on the way home. It was really a pleasant ride. Traffic going over there wasn't all that bad either, actually. And Mayor, I did not see, and guys who were there, tell me if I'm wrong, but I did not see the wireman there. I did not see Deborah and Donald there. And maybe I didn't peek in the right corner, but I was surprised. With that, Cliff, here it comes, and glad you got home safely. WB4NKL, W4KR.
Okay, Stan, W4KR, it's WB4NKL. Yeah, traffic wasn't bad for me either, Stan. Usually Knoxville, you get choked down, but I think the weather was so nice, everybody stayed home and wasn't not on the road there Saturday, so we cruised right on up there through the road through Knoxville. It was good to see Dave and Irvina and you. I guess that was all off this group that seen at the Ham Fest. Seen a lot of guys off some of the other nets and had a great time. I'm running the Mars Thunderbird little mobile transmitter today. I think I finally got the bugs worked out of it, and then not running the carbon mic. I've got a Samson compressor amplifier with a homebrew 12AX7 stage I added in between it and the Mars. So I think maybe that's helped the audio. And driving, it puts out about 4 watts driving a LK550 to 125 watts of carrier. And to take 2A receiver. Let's see, that's about all from here. It's been nice here, I think about 68, 69 degrees. And a real nice day today. Good to hear Larry back on. I think Steve announced me twice, but the second NKM NKL, the second one is Larry. So I'll send it on to Boone. WA4 EVK, it's WB4 NKL.
WB4 NKL in the group, WA4 EVK. Audio sounds good, Cliff. Good to me, anyway. I'm running the AF68 into the Swan Mark 1 out to 80 through 10 meter infed at about 300 watts carrier. Receiving on the Clegg interceptor with an all-bander converter, and that's about it on the equipment. I've been busy with a few projects around here. Didn't go to the Dalton Ham Fest. Doing a little minor remodeling around the house while the weather is in between. Warm enough and not too hot. Let's call it that. Have spent a couple of hours on one of the old almost everything digital frequency readouts. That was a real adventure. Other than that, not too much. Over to my neighbor Glenn, and the post office department is really trying to make him a neighbor. N4AK to take it, WA4EVK.
Yeah. WB4 EVK, November 4 Alpha Kilo. Boone, yeah. I have the Pickens address now when I updated the license. So it's now Pickens, South Carolina. To mail me a letter, but I still live in Sunset. 73 degrees over here this afternoon. beautiful day. Steve, I'm on my boat anchor station, and I'm in the basement, so I'm on a DX100 in-fed antenna, 100 watts, HQ129X, ancient receiver. Strangely, there's QSB on W4KR, but that's conditions local. And Dalton Hamfest pictures are already on the internet, so looks like it was a nice Hamfest. So to Larry, WB4NKM, November 4 Alpha Kilo.
M4AK from WB4NKM. Thank you, Glenn. Good signal for the DX100 up here. It sure is I'm glad to be back in here. Feels good to get back on the air on 75 AM. Dave, thank you for the formal welcome. And all good signals here. I got QSB here too, but I guess that's to be expected with the sun going down. And we're a little bit early, and you'll get, I hope everybody's hearing me okay. Steve, you sound great up there, and glad everybody enjoyed the Hamfest down there at Dalton that went. It's 60 degrees up here, beautiful day, and I've been kind of searching the airwaves a little bit since I got my antenna back up. I tried to put this antenna back up on the 8th of January, and it was on a steep hill. I fell. I got in leaves, and that kind of messed me up, so it took me a while to get it back up. And yesterday I got out and I got one end of it up, but it's up as a sloper, and the slope is favoring you guys, so I'll try that for a while. It's a lot easier to hang than throwing the line back up in the tree. I'm running the Ranger, Johnson Ranger, driving Ameco 811A amplifier. About 125 watts carrier. The antenna is in-fed half wave in a sloper configuration. We're receiving on a Hammerman HQ170A, and everybody sounds great. So, down to you, Jimmy. You're sounding good when I heard you check in. Or if you didn't eat any fried chicken. K4JAL, WB4NKM.
W4NKM, K4JAL, WD4NKM. Excuse me, Larry, K4JAL. Well, you're sounding good today. I'm really relieved to hear you back on. Sorry you slid in on those leaves and got bummed up. I'm on the ART-13 with about 110 watts and talking through a D104 amplified microphone and out through my tuner, of course, because I've got an in-fed multi-bander hanging out there. It's pointed the wrong way to get to you, Tommy. I hope you can hear me. Anyhow, that's the way things are here. Now, you got a brother coming up, WD4. I'll start over again. KB4PSI. Sorry about that, Tommy. K4JAL. Over to you.
Okay, Jimmy. That's close enough. K4JAL, KB4PSI. Well, good evening to everybody. And good to be in here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I've got 70 degrees here in Greenville, Tennessee. And that stand there, I believe he's the warmest so far at 75 degrees. But I hear it's going to really be nice this coming week, so we'll take advantage of it for sure. I know the wife's already got a list there, these porches and windows, and you guys know what that's all about. Anyway, Cliff, the Mars sounds good. What an amazing little mobile rig. It's a cute little rig too. That's something else. It sounds good, Cliff. So better lock her down right there. Let's see what else I got going on here. Larry, it's good to hear you in here today. Sure enough, got a good signal on you down here in Greenville. And my station here right now is a R390 receiver by Motorola. I'm running a Johnson Viking Ranger into a Drake L4B amplifier, and my antenna's a 75 meter end-fed wire. So that's about it over here. I'll go ahead and pass it on around. Let's see, I believe it's KF4BY. Stan, is that you in Piedmont, South Carolina? KB4 PSI.
Yes, sir, Tommy. That would be me, KF4BY Stan. Good afternoon to the entire gang today. What a beautiful day. We were sitting outside this afternoon enjoying the nice weather, and it was so nice the cat wanted out, so we let him run around too. 74 here is what we're showing. And we're running the usual iron, the 32 V3, 100 watts out to an off-center fed dipole, and 75 A4 receiver. It was the receiver of my good friend Tom KK4BU, who passed in 2002. So we're trying to keep that radio alive. And Dave, it sounds like you're going to have to defend yourself based on what Mir had to say. You might as well just come clean, hi. Let's see what else going on around here. Steve, I saw your ad on QTH. Just curious if you'd happen to have the matching VFO that goes with that radio. I'm kind of looking for one of those. I picked one of those up at Dayton, and it didn't work. We got it going, and it's actually pretty clean. We'd like to have a remote VFO to go with it at some point. More next time around. Good to hear everybody today. Good signals here in upstate South Carolina. Larry, I think you're new to me. WB4NKM. I don't believe we've ever worked. I'm kind of new to this net in the last month or two. So with that, we'll send it back to the top to you, Steve. N4LQ, KF4BY in the game.
Okay, KF4BY and the gang, N4LQ. Do we have any more check-ins? All right. Okay. Well, Stan, that VFO is pretty rare. I had one for a while and sold it. I've had a bunch of Corsair 2s. This one has been sold, I think, and I got to deliver it up to Asheville tomorrow, meet a guy from Knoxville, and so I'll be up there tomorrow, I think. And yeah, if you guys get a chance to listen to that recording, I posted on the group email from Shep, Gene Shepard. He was a ham, but he was a regular on WOR in New York, and it is hilarious. He's telling about his date, one of his first dates with a girl, and he was obsessed with Heising modulation. That was all he could think about. It's just good entertainment to listen to. Very good, Dave, on your trip to Dalton and the knife store. I've been there, and it is amazing. If you like knives, that's a sharp place to go. And then good on selling your HQ150. Let's see here. If I had some, oh, Cliff. I got a feeling that preamplifier that you built is probably at least twice as big as the transmitter. Tell me if I'm wrong. Because it's probably got as many tubes. So you might comment on that. I looked at one of those on eBay. Those I think it was made mostly for CBers. It was a clipper amplifier. You connected your high impedance mic to it, and it amplified and clipped the signal. And you've probably done away with that nice feature. So anyway, it does sound very good, very clean. I would have no guess at all that you were using that transmitter. It sounds great. Let's see, good to hear you, Larry. And we talked the other day, or yesterday, I think it was, maybe. And I'm sorry you fell putting up that antenna. But boy, I tell you, us hams go through it, don't we? And Ranger, or the ART13 sounds great, Jimmy. Tommy's Ranger sounds good. I'm looking at Tommy's QRZ page, and he's got a pretty good picture of him. And his call is Cape B, Baker, for PSI. He's standing there holding he's choking a D104, but he's got a rack there with a Apache and a Mohawk together, and the matching speaker on top, but he's got a sewer pipe going right into the back of that speaker, and I'd like an explanation for that one. And Stan, your V3 sounds good. So let's see, what are we up against here tonight on the 160? Hope to hear somebody on tonight. We just haven't gotten very many people at all. Every now and then somebody shows up. Last night and the night before was wiped out by contest. I don't know if it'll be there tonight, but it was a mess. So that's one of the things we got to put up with. And by the way, speaking of coil stock, if you're ever deal with that good old B&W coil stock, DX Engineering sells those clips, those coil tap clips that bolt on to the turns, and I can't find them anywhere else, and they're $2 a piece, 5 for $10. I think I'll order me a pack of those because they do come in handy for various projects. And so that's what's on sale. All right, I guess we'll turn around for another exciting adventure here. WA4LLR, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WA4LLR, all right. Good signals from everybody. Everybody is 20 over plus on this 183D. Stan the Collins sounds good, and Tommy the Ranger and L4B's doing a good job. Jimmy, sounding good from beautiful downtown Burnsville on the ART13. Larry, glad you got the antenna up. Sorry you had to do that by yourself, and sorry none of us could get up there and give you a hand. But glad you were able to get out there and get it back functional. And Glenn, the DX100 sounds great from your basement shack. And Boone, that's interesting about the Clegg and the converter. I've seen those, but I've never seen one in operation. And Cliff, I think the audio is really good on the Mars, like everybody else has said. Stan, as always, the 500 is doing a great job. It was it was fun chatting with you there, and Dalton. Let's see, John, me and you and the warm weather agree, brother. Cold just does not agree with me whatsoever. And Steve, I think you and the TX-86 are just about the loudest on the band. I have to keep cranking the RF gain back every time you transmit. But let's see, one other comment on Dalton. Got to have a lot of good eyeball QSOs and meet some new folks. It was a lot of fun. The only thing that was a little bit disappointing is I walked through everything at least a couple of times and didn't see one thing that I needed. I was looking for some kind of rig that I hadn't had before, or something that was a little bit strange and different, and no luck. There was plenty of stuff there, but nothing that made me want to bring it home with me. But it was worth the trip for the fellowship. So let's see here. Space weather, things are kind of calm. Sunspot count's 44. Solar flux index is 141. The K is 1. And I guess everybody knows about the lunar eclipse that's coming up on the 3rd. Looks like we will catch that about sunrise, and the sun's going to be coming up on one on the east, and the moon's going to be setting in the west. And I think totality begins about 6:01 a.m. Eastern Standard and ends just after 7 o'clock. Of course, the partial stage starts earlier. But if you want to just see totality, it's between 6 and 7 as the moon's getting ready to set. A few things on this day in history. On this day in 1932, the Lindbergh baby was kidnapped. Music-wise, on this day in 1927, Harry Belafonte was born. On this day in 1810, Frédéric Chopin was born. On this day in 1692, the Salem witch hunts began. On this day in 1872, Yellowstone National Park was established. On this day in 1910, 2 trains were buried by a massive avalanche in Wellington, Washington. Let's see, it swept into a canyon by the avalanche. I think that cost 96 people their lives. On this day in 1966, the Soviet probe Venera 3 crashed onto Venus, being the first man-made probe to land on another planet. So that's about the size of it. Everybody, as I said, just a great job. Armchair copy. John, here it comes. KZ4B, WA4LLR.
Okay, WA4LLR and the group KZ4B, fine business day, booming in as usual. Conditions do seem to be pretty good today. Up there with the weather, I have about an S7 line noise, which is something you get when the weather is dry, although normally it's S5. And there is some QS Baker, so it's not everybody's imagination. And let's see here. Yesterday, day before yesterday, today being Sunday, on Friday, I drove up to Clemens, North Carolina, near Winston, and ate barbecue with some of my ham friends, and coming back, I hit every Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, and I was foraging for what they call hold-down knobs. They're Bakelite insulated. The ones that in particular that I was looking for are Bakelite insulated with a 1032 thread, female thread. And I use those on all my antenna tuners. You've got the binding posts on the backs of the tuners to go with the toroid uh, 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 basically transformers to go from a unbalanced output from the tuner to a balanced line. And if you stick your hand back there when the power's on, you can get a bad RF burn. But with those Bakelite, they're about 1 inch in diameter knobs, it will prevent you from reaping the harvest of a stupid person. And I've got the stupid person side covered, so I need to protect myself. And but the trouble is, all these hardware stores only have like a couple, and it's like a little sample. So you have to hit a ton of stores. Even when I try to get them online, they'll only have a few. But luckily, one of the Tractor Supply stores had 12, and which is unheard of. But you need 4 per tuner, and I have lots of antenna tuners, mostly the Ameritron ATR30 and the various Tentec L tuners, L network tuners. But those knobs really do work great. They're just hard to find. But I hit the Bonanza yesterday and got enough knobs, I think, to last me from here on out. And but they are handy, because most nuts that you find are for 1024, but these have brass inserts and they're for 1032 thread, which is a good thing. So if you guys have the tuners, that's a good way to protect yourself. And also, if there's any metal behind the tuner, if you push the tuner too far back, it's going to arc to the metal. And all this, the knobs are big enough and well enough insulated that it prevents all that. But they're insanely expensive. The cheapest ones are Tractor Supply at $329. And at some of the Ace Hardwares, I pay as much as $629, which is a hell of a lot of money for one stupid little threaded knob. But anyway, I love them, and so that horse is dead. So since I rambled on so much, take it away, Mir, and give them some relief. WF2U in the group, KZ4B, over.
Yeah, all right. KZ4B in the group, WF2U. Okay, very good. Everybody has great signals, so in this rotation, everybody after me was between S9 plus 10 dB and just a little bit over S9, the weakest station, so conditions are not bad at all. And as I said, this S-meter is very stingy. Perfect copy, and looks like that Hamfest was pretty decent, as far as I could gather from some reports. I also saw some sites with photos, but I didn't have time today to open them and look at the photos of the Hamfest. I've been busy doing some outside work. The weather was nice. Actually, it was a little hot to still clean out some storm damage. All kinds of broken trees and down branches that I had to cut up and collect and dump in the big wood pile. so didn't do much radio stuff lately because of all that. But let's see. Let's see. Stan, did I? You mentioned something that you didn't get from me. Could you remind me? I know that it's been pretty hectic, and if I forgot to send you some information or something, then I'm sorry, but I'll do it right after the net. Just please remind me. Did it have something to do with a Harris RF350 transceiver and the amplifier that goes with it, or something? Some information on that. I don't. Well, I apologize. So anyway, with that, it goes back to you, Stan. W4KR and the group. WF to you.
Okay, Mir, WF2U, W4KR. No, Mir, it was, I commented that I didn't see your neighbors at Dalton. The wireman, Deborah and Donald, I don't think were there. I didn't, at least I said, unless I missed a building, I don't know, but I didn't see them. That was the comment I made. Steve, thanks for the tip on the B&W coil stock clips. I think you said DX Engineering had them. I'll take a peek. Good move. Thanks for mentioning it. I came home from Dalton with a Helicrafters HT37. And this 37, I got the original manual came with it. Also, the original bill of sale. The thing was new, and it came from Allied Radio in Chicago in 1961. And it is absolutely spotless. It looks just like it just came out of the box. The panel, the cabinet, everything, just sparkling, brand new, and been cared for well. No dust or dirty in it. Just wow, something. It didn't. It wasn't available for sale there. That was a deal I had made ahead of time, and just it was a pickup. One thing I was looking for up there, and I did find, I need for the B&W. For the Harvey Wells T90 transmitter, I needed a new double BNC BNC connector, a double female BNC connector. It's a chassis mount version, and I found one. Tower Radio had some there, so I brought one home, and because I'd been looking for that. The one, apparently this thing had been maybe dropped on its back at some point because the outboard side of it, the outboard side connector was pretty well crunched up. Glenn, I noticed QSB on you too. The only one. Nobody else is QSB in here in Walhalla except you. And but no problem copying, obviously. Got some news latter part of last week. It was kind of interesting. We're getting a Tractor Supply place up here over at West Union, which is the little bedroom community to Walhalla, just to the south. It's where the local Ingles store and the Spinks gas station is. And that's kind of what and the post office is about what West Union is. But we're going to get a Tractor Supply, and that will be handy. Last item for me today, or this go around anyway, is Tuesday night. Every other week I do the net control gig on the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship net. This night, this coming Tuesday, I'm going to do the pre-net, which starts at 5:30 Eastern time, and then the regular net starts at 6. The guy who normally does the pre-net, Kevin, WA4KM is going into the hospital today. He's going to have surgery tomorrow morning. Going to be kind of serious stomach surgery. He'll be out of kilter for a while. And that's it from W4KR. I don't mean, says Steve, I'm not signing out. I'm just saying that's all I have for this round. So let's see here. Cliff, it's yours. WB4NKL, W4KR.
Okay, Stan. W4KR. It's WB4NKL. Well, congratulations on the HT37. I did pretty good at Hamfest. I picked up, not intentionally, I picked up a SX101 that got gifted to me from a friend, and not that I really wanted the SX101, but I've got it over here on the bench. I guess I'll clean it up and play with it for a while. Let's see, not too much else going on. Yeah, Steve, I guess the little modulator is about the same size as the Mars transmitter. It's not quite as tall. The modulator's not quite as tall, but it's about the same width. And I've got to do a little more work on it, package it up. I'm going to make it a accessory for all the carbon mic rigs where I've got a little stand core I want to fire up, and I'll probably use it on it, so I'll make it like a universal driver for the carbon mic rigs. But yeah, it's got three tubes now in it. I had to add a tube, and I've still the 68Q5. It's got a 68Q5 clipper or compressor. It's actually a compressor circuit, and it's still active. But I don't know if I've got the gain cranked up enough to where it's doing anything or not. I have to pull the 68Q5 out and see if it makes any difference on the audio. Got a good copy on everybody. I don't have the power line noise is gone. Thank goodness. It's been gone here for 2 or 3 days, and I hope it don't ever come back. But it started during the big snowstorm, and it'd been pretty regular until a couple of days ago. So knock on wood here that it don't come back. I'll send it on the boom, WA4EVK, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL and the group, WA4EVK. Man, that's a good thing, Cliff, about the power line noise. That we all suffer with that time to time. If you haven't yet, you're going to. That's the way it is. Steve or someone made a comment, maybe it's Dave, made a comment about the Clegg all-bander converter. Those are rare. I'd been looking for one, and I just literally stumbled into this one. I bid on a interceptor at an online auction, and this thing was listed as the speaker, so I bid on the interceptor and speaker, and lo and behold, and they were listed as non-functional. When I got the things, both of them worked, and the quote speaker turned out to be the really rare all-bander converter, so I've enjoyed having it. Sometimes you get lucky, I guess. And that's about it on this round for me. I'll send it on over to Glenn. N4AK to take it, WA4EVK.
Okay, neighbor. WB4 EVK and the group. November 4 Alpha Kilo. So, sounds like you guys had a lot of fun. They went to Dalton and found some prizes. Sounds like a lot of fun for sure. And hadn't checked in on 160 lately. My basement's been too cold. I guess I finally got me electric heater down here right now with my feet propped up against it. So I think my antenna's still up. It may be brushing a few leaves, but I'm confident I can burn those off. Certainly a nice group. Check it in here this afternoon. no question about that. And it's certainly very nice to hear Larry checking back in with us. Your rig sounds good. So over to you, Larry, WB4NKM, November 4 Alpha Kilo.
Okay, N4AK, WB4NKM. Real fine, Glenn. Your DX100 sounds good, and there's nothing wrong with the antenna. Everybody's holding up real good now. QSB kind of went away, or it's getting better, and nobody around. It's I've got the receiver wide open here and listening, and everybody's got good audio. Cliff, that Thunderbird's done a fine job, and I'll have to check out that SX101. Maybe you get her going, and won't have to do too much to it. Boone sounds good up here on that AF68. It's did a real fine job. Those guys around Pickens down in there have got a good shot to me. Or maybe it's the antenna orientation. I've got that slope headed mostly in your direction. It may have found a home where I've got it set. And Tommy, you're doing good up here as usual. Sounded good with that Ranger. And Stan KF4BY, hello to you. Nice working you. I've heard you on, but it was probably when I didn't have anything to transmit back. But you have a good signal up in Wise, Virginia, where I guess maybe the furthest apart. Not sure about that, but sounding good up here. And I won't hold it too long. I'll turn it down to Jimmy. K4JAL, WB4NKM.
WD4NKM, K4JAL. Well, mighty fine, Larry. I hope all your other problems have zeroed out and you're doing good. I know you had that operation not too long ago. I keep your three-piece chicken dinner right in there on our dining room table in case we have extra guests. So come on down and I'll feed you. If you can't, I understand. KB4PSI, K4JAL. Over to you, Tommy, and 7-3, guys.
Okay, Jimmy. 7-3s to you, and yeah, Larry's three-piece chicken dinner. That was a good one. We laugh about that every time, Jimmy. K4JAL, KB4PSI. Steve, when I took that picture and put it on QRZ, and then I checked it out and looked at it, I thought, uh-oh, there is my sewer pipe coming out of the Apache. I wondered how long it would take for somebody to comment on that. But I'm stuck in the corner of the basement down here, and really didn't have a choice on getting that photo because my cabinet's so big I couldn't get away from it. But anyway, guess I should have hung a curtain or something up over here. But anyway, Steve, that's not part of the system. That's just I couldn't get away from it. That's a good one. Dave, glad you had a good time down Dalton. You really, I think you're my strongest signal here today. Must be a pipeline to Burnsville. Talked to Chad last night quite a bit. Larry and I did. Billy and let's see. Forget who else we had in here. Maybe Steve. Yeah, Steve came in with us there for a while. But anyway, Chad's He's on the road, I guess, or in the air or something. He's doing a little vacating trip there out west. But anyway, it's really good to hook up with you guys here this afternoon. I talked to some of you, Amir and Boone, Stan, the other Stan, KF4BY, down in South Carolina. But anyway, Cliff, if you get some time there after a while, give me a holler. I'll be around here somewhere, but I'm gonna get outside here, guys. I just can't stand to be inside here with this sewer pipe here looking at me. 73s, over to you, Stan, KF4BY, KB4PSI.
All right, Tommy, KB4PSI, KF4BY. Well, Tommy, you might know that Steve would notice the pipe coming out of that speaker. I had seen your picture before, but it never occurred to me to ask that question. Sad bit of news. I mentioned, I think last week, W4OSS, who's been fighting a 3-year battle with mouth cancer. He became a silent key Friday. So he is out of his misery. He had a tough haul with that, and I won't bore you with the details, but he has left our ranks. And I did not make Dalton Hamfest this year. I haven't gone in a number of years, although we have the truck loaded for Charlotte. I have 2 tables up there and trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. Some gray boxes and some rice boxes, all working. And if it doesn't sell at Charlotte, we'll try again at Raleigh a month later. So we'll try to thin the herd and clear some shelves so we can find some more radios we've never had the time to play with. Stan, I had to wipe the drool off my mouth when you talked about the HT-37. My buddy in high school, when we were ham operators, he lived about 20 miles away, and he constantly lusted after an HT-37. Never did get one. So every time I see one of those, I think of him. Anyway, that's about it. We have accomplished one little thing here. We're working on a remote base to operate with the modern stuff. We'll be doing hopefully some traveling this summer, and we'd like to be able to operate. And it's such a hassle trying to run portable out of a camper, so we have the remote base working, and we can do it from the laptop. So that's our plan going forward. So if I check into this net, it certainly won't be with the big iron. It'll have to be with the little boxes. I think I'll say 73 this time around. We're about to the top of the hour. Enjoyed it as always. Good signals all the way around. Larry, you're about an S9 down here to me, and a little bit of QSB, but you were 100%, and I'm glad you're back to business there. Back to you, Steve, N4LQ to take it, KF4BY. Thanks for calling it today, Steve.
All right, real good. Do we have any late check-ins? It's N4LQ. Very interesting. Now, don't forget the luncheon is this Thursday in Spartanburg at the Golden Corral at lunchtime at noon. Well, actually 11. Everybody starts filing in there at about 11 o'clock, so I'm anxious to see everybody. I think John and Brian are coming. I don't think Gary's going to make it. Today we ate at KFC, and I had one of my favorite dishes, pot pie. And if you like pot pie, I think theirs are first class. I mean, they are really good, and they look like a pie. And I thought I'd bring up something cool to look at on eBay. Look up a transmitter It's a Japanese Trio TX-88A, and it's from back in the, I guess, the early 60s. But they are extremely rare. They didn't sell them here. They had to come over some other way. But it's a small transmitter, AM and CW, and it looks like, I think it uses an 807 final, and it may be plate modulated. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But take a look at that auction, the TX-88A. And they got some pretty good pictures of it, and there's at least one in the United States I know of at W9RAN on his website. He's got one, but he doesn't say a whole lot about it. But it's expensive. The guy wants $300, and he's in Japan, and $60 shipping. It's a little high for a little cheap transmitter. Anyway, Tommy, that's interesting about your sewer pipe situation. I noticed that. I think I see humor in just about anything I can, and I thought that's funny. It just looks like it's. I know it's probably not really hooked to the speaker, but it's not a bad idea. I wonder what it is hooked to. Anyway, I think that's about it for the day. We've used up an hour, and it's been a good one, and it's been a good net. So don't forget tonight on 160. Next Old Friends Net is at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, coming up. 73. So this is N4LQ, closing the Old Friends Net.
Steve, I expect you're aware of it, but Trio was the beginnings. It was before Kenwood Trio.
Yeah, they called themselves Trio for a while, and I think that was a combination of three Japanese companies, and I think they were making Lafayette equipment, the little receivers they had, and a transmitter too. But this thing is kind of unique.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks. If I can stay awake, I'll see you on 160 tonight. Take care. W4KR.
If you can, 73 N4LQ.
Steve, I had a Trio receiver that looked like the early S38s, and the parts in it were absolutely first class. I mean, all ceramic insulation, ceramic sockets. It was Cadillac built, and I'd have it today, but it was on the shelf that fell off the wall and just smashed the front end, so I didn't keep what was left. But their early stuff was beautifully made. KZ4B, clear Berlizzi.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, the HE10 and the HE30. I used to have a HE30, I think it was, and I think maybe that would have paired up really good. They had different numbers over in Japan, so we wouldn't recognize those. Yeah, but their construction was beautiful, and they used anodized chassis. Sometimes they even coated the solder joints. I mean, it was almost like military stuff.
Roger, mine I think was an HE9 maybe it was a 20, and it came out of Canada. They sold them in Canada, but they didn't sell them here. But it was, it didn't work that much better, but it looked like it was built in Switzerland. KZ4B, gone.